it's Fallon here. Fallon Hayes, the environmental scientist from Niji Nature, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the red fox. So in North America, when we typically think about a fox, this is the kind of fox, the species of fox that we think about. So it has a very large native range of all throughout Canada into the United States and across Europe and into some areas of Asia. So it has a very, very large range all over the world. And as you can see back here, well, he's hiding so you can't really see him, but we have a fox kit here. Oh, he came out to say hi. Okay, so this whole area is a big, large den, and we're going to measure that in a little bit. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the life cycle, the life stages of a red fox. Sorry, there's black flies around, that's why I'm like, whoo! So they mate in winter, and then the female is pregnant for anywhere from around 49 to 56 days, about 2 months in total. And when the kits are born, guess how much they weigh? Do they weigh 50 grams, 100 grams, or 150 grams? Well, they weigh anywhere between 50 and 100 grams, so they actually weigh less than a bag of potato chips, which is pretty surprising. These kits are about 1 to 2 months old, so when they start to hit 3 to 4 weeks, you can start to see the orange and white coloring on their faces, but when they're born, they're actually black, and it can take up to 12 to 15 days for them to open their eyes. For the first 7 weeks of their life, they need to be fed every 4 hours by mom. So mom is definitely very close by here, no doubt. But in fact, they are not simply raised by one parent. They're typically a group of foxes will have at least the mother and the father fox, as well as potentially up to 8 other members of the family. So we can have last year's pups or infertile females that will tend to stay in a group with the parents. And a male and female fox, he's coming out, I don't know. A male and female fox are typically thought to be monogamous, so they'll mate for life. However, there's been some debate as to whether the males go off and mate with other females. Now we're gonna go and measure how large this den actually is. So typically, they're an average of 6 meters, but can be up to 17 meters. So we're gonna measure this up and then see how much this one is. So they decided to come out. You can see they're right there. They're curious as to what exactly we're doing down here. So we measured their den, or where we're seeing their holes, their den holes all the way along, and it's actually 31 meters long. That is massive. That's double the size of the largest that tends to be recorded. So they do not have a small house, they have a mansion. One question might be, what do foxes eat? So just like us, foxes are omnivores, which means that they can eat both plants and other animals. So typically their main diet consists of small rodents. So you have like mice and like groundhogs. Well, I guess groundhogs are a little bit bigger, but they've been known to also take down raccoons. So they're quite good hunters, but there are certain populations that have been shown to specifically just eat berries. Another interesting fact about foxes is that they are crepuscular, which means they are most active at dawn and dusk. So right now we're getting to the dusk time, so you can see that the kits are out and about. In the wild, foxes tend to live about 5 years, but domesticated varieties of foxes, yes, there are domesticated varieties, tend to live about 15 years. So typically a wild fox would not make a good pet at home. They are very skittish, they get very afraid, and they'll tend to kind of bond to one human and nobody else, be fearful of everyone else. So it's definitely not a good idea to take any of these cute little kits home with you, although it's very tempting, I assure you. Every day I walk by and I'm like, I want to take one, because they're adorable.